So that is pretty simple. And what... Okay, so it's not actually that simple. I thought it would be cool to document my first hands-on experience with the game, seeing a little campfire with some trees and looking into the night sky and thinking I can use this ship and my brain to get somewhere, to land on another planet like the one I'm standing on. That's kind of exciting. Okay, I pressed X to wake up and I see... That looks like some kind of capsule ejecting from a spaceship and then the larger body of the spaceship breaking up. I heard that the sun explodes after 22 minutes and that's what destroys all the planets, and I don't know how like the time loop resets. I assume I'm the blue guy too. Okay, yeah, here we go. Let's talk to this guy. I'm not actually hearing sound for the game. Oh yeah, there we go. And then let me check that's getting picked up in the recording. I think so. So I'm a pilot back from my pre-launch campout under the stars. Back from my... I find I have trouble sometimes understanding dialogue in games. I skip over it a lot. This is I don't know what it is. I guess I feel like in a game, I don't know, like I always kind of take on the role of, I guess the character that I'm playing is me and that I'm not controlling the character, but sometimes the character, in a game I'm forced to... The sound's a bit loud, so I'll turn that down. So I was saying that lines like this, it's actually kind of annoying, that music. I think there is a guy playing banjo near me though. That's an actual character. I think I've seen that. So this line is telling me that I am a pilot and I am like his pilot. And I am back from my pre-launch campout. I'm back from it, but why back from... I feel like I'm in a campout right now. So I was at a pre-launch campout under the stars. How could you not be under the stars? I feel like there's, in this universe, I don't anticipate there being a civilization in which you would be immersed in and forget that you're under the stars. And so we're camping out. So this is not, if we're camped out, this is not maybe where we live all the time. Obviously, I guess these questions might never be answered or answered by the game at some point, but I am not sure. I guess I already feel like, I guess I'm a character with amnesia and I have no idea. And so to this guy here, I should really be asking him more questions. I should not be playing along with his assumption that I am who he thinks I am. As far as I knew seconds ago, I had 2 eyes, and now my hands are blue and his hands are blue, so I assume I have four eyes. And that's maybe, he seems friendly, so I would maybe just be telling him, this is all new to me. Where am I? I can, eventually I'd explain my backstory. Suddenly I'm here. But I certainly, if he thinks I'm a pilot, and at some point I'm about to get into a spaceship and just know what to do, I would stop him there. That would start to get concerning for our safety a little bit. But the game really wants me to just be in a chill mood in a campout, or back from a campout. So this may be where we live. A campout might be something totally different in this universe that is not sitting around a fire. So I came back from a pre-launch campout to another campout, and I guess this is small talk that he's making with me. So let's see what he says next. It's launch day. This is early morning then? It seems only like yesterday you joined the space program. That it seems like I just joined the space program 5 seconds ago to me. So I'm with him on that. And suddenly here you are, leaving on my first solo voyage. Is that like a big deal? I still feel like this planet is quite small and me and him are the only people on it. I'm gonna run around, I'm gonna explore the planet, but it would be hard for me to believe, like I must be quite young. Is he maybe is young? Oh, and first, okay, so maybe we're like, maybe this is like driving, like you get 16 years old and then 16 or so, I forget what the driving age is. And then you get to do your first solo voyage when you've always just been a passenger. But that doesn't seem like something you'd have a pre-launch camp out for, or even I just feel like the sun is exploding in 22 minutes. Do they not know about that? I feel like maybe I'm about, I'm going to go on my voyage and someone's going to take me aside and say, by the way, this is an important voyage. And that's maybe where the plot of the game picks up, because this guy, I don't think he's aware of about the sun issue at this time. What do you say? Ready to get this beauty off the ground. It's all fueled up and ready to go. So it does use fuel. So I'll have to watch that fuel level, I guess. Okay, and so I can say all systems go. I'm ready of course he's ready. It's a solo voyage. He's making s'mores or just poking the fire with a stick. He's ready to do that. That would be ridiculous if I said that. You're sure you fixed the retro rockets? So the fixed, okay, yeah, so if I said retro, why? I know there's an engine on the spaceship. I don't know, there's a rocket engine. He's referring to them as retro rockets. Maybe this is like an old ship that's been repaired. We couldn't afford a new ship. This is like a training ship. So I'm asking him, okay, so he's an engineer, he's like a welder. And I'm asking him if he's sure he fixed the retro rockets. I'm not sure. If I ask that question, which I think I would ask him that question, but I don't think I'll believe his answer, whatever he says, because I have no memories. At this point, I'm asking him this question to get more information about what the rockets even are. I'll just assume they work. Whatever he says, he probably is gonna be like not sure, but that'll at least tell me one more piece of information about what I'm about to do, go into space. That was only a problem one time, and he's not gonna elaborate on what happened during that one time, but obviously I didn't die. I may have, though, because maybe that's what the time loop is all about. Maybe I die and I reset to this point, and actually when you die, that's what happens. And then maybe a few times after that, but there's no reason to dwell on the past. That's like foreshadowing to that there is no past. Anyways, you'll need to get to the launch codes at the observatory. Said my goodbyes. So I feel like on my first ever solo voyage, I wouldn't be saying goodbye. He says goodbye or whatever. I just feel like I would just practice liftoff and then land right away to prove that I could do both of those things. I don't know if it would be like a real extended voyage up there where like I'm gone for a while. It just feels like the first time you're solo driving a rocket. I actually don't know what solo means. I feel like there'd still be someone with me in the ship and I would be just doing everything and they're there for safety reasons. But it seems like almost there was always someone else with me. This is the first time I'm going solo and the first time I'm doing everything myself. And it's gonna be like a long trip, such that I would say goodbye to people. Like I won't see them, but that's, I feel like they would just ask me if I'm excited. I'll be like, sure. And like, of course, see you in like a minute when I succeed. So here's a point where I assume if I talk to him, he's gonna say the same thing, but maybe he gives additional information. I don't know what's expected of me, how many times I should talk to that guy. He said actually to come back and talk to him once I did something else. So sometimes in games, like the next thing he says is what to do. He actually did tell me what to do. And now if I didn't read what he said, I wouldn't know that I just have to go to the observatory. But I think that's a lot of what this game is people tell you information that you then have to know and apply. Oh, I can roast a marshmallow. This is actually probably foreshadowing for how complicated the rocket will be. Because if I can toast this marshmallow, I'll be more confident that I can fly in like a minute. So I'm moving the stick with R, and with R2 I extend. Well, that's not good. And he just puts... Did that go in my pocket? So the marshmallow caught on fire, and then he just took it and put it in his pocket directly without blowing it out. And time to get the launch codes. Okay, though. So the next thing is I got to figure out... Oh, this is the rocket? No, that's the elevator. You have to enter the launch codes to go up in the elevator to get to the ship. But wouldn't that mean that anyone that takes the elevator needs launch codes? So even people that are just going up there to like clean the windows, they need launch codes. And I could just ask them. And this guy also knows the launch codes because he fixed the rockets. So why do I have to go get the codes? I guess I guess to get the codes, I think is you have to complete the tutorial. So I'm gonna doze off. Whoa, I pressed triangle to doze off and he pulled out this thing. It makes, that's kind of cool. It makes noise. Unknown. Oh, this is probably like planets and stuff. Oh yeah, all of them are unknown. Well, there's a planet right there. Good thing I didn't take off right now. Okay. So that's not the doze off. Yeah, I guess, so he just said like, go get the launch codes. I feel like you should say, go earn the launch codes. And I can jump. I can jump, and when I, that's kind of interesting that jump and crouch are kind of like the same thing. Oh yeah, he does jump low. You can jump. I wonder what's the idea. I guess that's like a gravity thing. Yeah, different planets would have different gravity. That's neat that you can jump at different, yeah, it's like a way of deciding how high you jump. Because on some planets you wouldn't want to jump too high, I guess. Here's another person. I'm gonna just look at what this is. Yes, I've been told that there was a practice area where you could fly a ship, so that's pretty fun. That you can learn how to fly the ship in the game in an actual tutorial, and then you go fly the real ship, hopefully in exactly the same way. But that's interesting. Like, you'd think I'd have already done this. Like, this guy's like, go get the launch codes and then take off first on your thing, and my guy's like, let me just try the practice thing one more time, and then I'm gonna be really bad at it the first time. But that doesn't raise any alarm flags for these people that I clearly don't have any memory of all my training, and I'm just starting now, moments before doing the real thing. And they must know about the sun by now, and this guy's gonna be like all panicked and tell me about it, and I'm roasting marshmallows because, I don't know, he wants to stay in the observatory, wants to keep an eye on the situation. I did enter my name in the profile, but he just calls me you. And that's actually news to me. When he says, hey, it's you, I don't know who I am. So maybe he's like not remembering my name, but that is something that I'm not certain of either. So that's interesting. He's excited there. Yeah, he is excited. He didn't say goodbye. He didn't say, Slate said you're blasting off in your ship today, goodbye. He said, I'm excited. And that is the correct way to think about that. That he's excited to see the launch. Are you going to go into space? Aren't you going to go into space? Aren't you? Is that a double negative? Aren't you? If he said, yeah, never mind actually. You better not have changed your mind. Hey, I'm still going. Okay, yeah, this is just leading up to, I want to practice with a pro before I leave. So I haven't done that yet. I hear you and Slate beefed up the model ship. Can I see it? So they made a better model ship and it's done, and they weren't gonna tell me about that unless I asked about it. I want to practice. But if you really want to practice with me, I guess I could help you out a little. So this guy, that's his personality. He is a pro, and he's like the third person on this planet, maybe fourth, and he's surprised that I want to practice with him, and not promising to give me a whole lot of tips, just a little, I guess, because like it's not going to be that complicated, hopefully. And he's pretty concerned that there's now two. I think I'm going to rapidly become a better pilot than whatever level this character is supposed to be at, and he's a bit self-conscious about that. And I just noticed that like can he see through those glasses? Probably not. But then maybe I should have a pair of glasses like that if maybe they're like needed for something, like they protect you from looking at the sun. So I'm going to try to land on a Geister pool. I think that's Geyser. Show me what you've got. So that it doesn't even matter that he's there. He didn't tell me anything. He just said, try to land on the obvious landing pad. Okay, so this one button, this is like left and right and everything. And L2. Okay, so I can thrust up and down and move around. So that is pretty simple. And okay, so it's not actually that simple. So what was it before? My guy said they beefed it up. Okay, what stops it from rolling? That seems kind of like it was supposed to do that. There's no, it just rolls, but there's no like way to control. I'm kind of hoping this isn't what the actual ship is. The actual ship maybe has some kind of like stabilization, or because it's bigger or something. So I guess when I'm landing, I just want to be really, I don't want to be like moving, whatever, like parallel to the surface. I just want to be going straight down. And it's hard to see from this angle. I guess I can see my thrust on the ground. Oh yeah, I guess I can sort of land to stabilize and then move up. Let's see if I can land on the other one. I'm realizing though this isn't really necessary. Like if this is pretty much what the actual ship is, then since it's a video game, there's not like a chance I'll die if I do the real one. Oh, can I land on him? Can I roast a marshmallow with this? That was a test to see if it was really breakable. He's not phased at all. He put a lot of work into this. Maybe he's just kind of happy that it's clear that he's still the pro. But wouldn't it look bad on him though if this is how the real flight goes? And then people would ask him, like, you taught him how to do it, right? And he would say a little, and probably go to jail for that. In the real ship, I feel like I would be able to see better. Like, I don't think I stand at a control panel and do the real ship. I have to be in the ship. So this doesn't really simulate being in the ship. Unless it kind of does, because inside the ship, you would just see the controls. You wouldn't actually see the ship. So this would be like what it's like to actually fly the ship. I think the sun is exploding. Yeah, that's right way up. I can hit myself. Okay. Yeah, I'm sort of trying to just, it's gonna bounce, but yeah, if it goes flat, then I'm stable. Oh, the controls are like inverted because I'm looking at it backwards. Yeah, it's like yeah. Okay, reset. It inverts, I think when I spin around it inverts, so that's kind of complicated. But here we go. No, I know he's not gonna. He bent down though. Does he bend down whenever it comes near him? That seems something like I guess that's what a professional would do. Yeah, that's what the glasses are for. Alright, exit. Does he give me like a badge or something? Wow, that was just like the time exploded on re-entry. And he's saying that in reference to the thruster being in his face. That seems similar. He still seems very unsure. If he's not sure, then I should not be sure. Really, he should be the one that's projecting confidence in my ability, not asking me about my own ability after me just messing with a thing. Normally, I wouldn't talk to these people. Yeah, normally I wouldn't do anything. I would just run through. I would sort of get into space as fast as possible. Oh, that's pretty interesting. I didn't think any of this would happen. Now I'm drowning. So does that start the loop over again? Wow. That's a weird time to show credits. But I wonder, when I die it shows credits. So that's interesting. It's like it doesn't know when the ending is or something. It is. It's sort of indicating to me like, but does that mean I see credits every time I die? And I guess I can, yeah, you can skip the credits. And it brings you back. But I'm sort of thinking that if I don't succeed in 22 minutes, then do I die? I always die. And then it shows credits, and then it puts me to the start menu. And since the game is about trial and error, I wonder why it would put that delay in. I think it makes sense to have some sort of pause when you die, and then maybe you want to take a break before the next run. But it seems like, actually maybe I'll test. I'd be interested to know can I just hit, like if I'm about to die, can I just hit start reset? You know what else? When I hit that button, I wake up. So I just woke up. I'm in my sleeping bag, clearly. I was sleeping here. And then the first thing he says is that I'm back from my pre-launch campout. But so maybe he's saying campout to mean being asleep. So he calls being asleep campout. So when I'm in my sleeping bag sleeping, that is a campout. And then when I wake up, that is me returning from campout. But that's a very strange way to refer to sleep, that I've returned from being asleep, like I was somewhere else, which I do believe I was somewhere. I thought but when I was asleep, that was before I was playing the game. And so that's kind of what he's saying is that I was actually in my actual life here on Earth. And when I woke up, that was me returning from that trip to Earth and now being back from there. And I've returned from there to my launch. It's interesting that there's no button that like lets me try random codes. Like if I knew the code right now, that is also fascinating. If I knew what the launch code was, I would not be able to enter it. And I might know what it is because I could have gotten them before I died. So every time, there's probably a way to skip. Once you've gotten the codes once, it probably lets you enter them. But that is one difference. It's gated, it gates you. But I don't know, I could have played the game somewhere else, and how would it know if this was my first run or not? But now this is like a new me. So in this version of reality, I don't even test flight with him. And he made the ship better, and he's not gonna tell me that he did that or encourage me to fly. That's pretty interesting though, that there was something down inside this geyser, because I couldn't survive down there, I just drowned. Lanterns are important, at least in the DLC apparently. It's a pretty dangerous thing to have here, because the model ship could easily... Am I gonna die again? Is there fall damage? I'll try to land on the water, but it's gonna retreat. See that? Now it's getting annoying a little bit that there's like a whole death thing. Because, can I skip the death sequence? So now, if I had progressed further, that would be annoying as well. I feel like if I had gone in and got the launch codes and everything, would I have to go get them again? And then here again, it's like new expedition. So yeah, I guess there's no sort of, it doesn't really record that you've done an expedition before. Yeah, the whole game, I guess, it's like the game is like doing cycles. Maybe the intent is you sit down, play the game, you do a cycle. It doesn't go well at some point, you learn something. Then when you come back to the game, it's all fresh and you do like a new expedition. And then eventually you do your expedition, and within 22 minutes you complete something, and that's the end of the game. But that's kind of cool. I guess, like, as annoying as it was, I'm going to build skills here. And then knowing that whenever I sit down to play this game, I'm 22 minutes away from beating it, theoretically, or learning a new thing, that does make it much more approachable. It doesn't really put any pressure on about saving, really, or save points. And it's not like I have to explicitly remember anything, because I could sort of go through the whole game again and learn everything and do everything. There's nothing that I have to like accomplish and remember. It all resets, as far as I know right now, it all resets whenever you start the game again. There's a lot of stuff in here. This is also maybe stuff that I would mostly skip. I really like environments, and I wish there was just more... Oh, I thought I might die again. I wish there was more reason to just kind of be in these environments, because they're pretty cool. If I was really in a place like this and stuff looked kind of good like this, shiny and plasticky... Is my shadow there? No. Why is that so bright, actually? Yeah, it's just nice seeing plants and trails like this. Someone's playing banjo. I still have my tool. I also wouldn't really talk to this guy. I find I like stuff to maybe just be, like when I see this, postcards from orbit, I don't want to make a postcard so that I wouldn't go in here. That's like my tool. That's the prototype version that gives you cancer or something. That's some gloves. Someone started building a space suit, but they only built the gloves and the helmet. Or someone took the suit and didn't need the gloves or the helmet. Am I wearing a spacesuit? No. I wonder if when I take off in the ship, will I wear a spacesuit and then be able to see it on me? I feel like I won't know what to... He'll give me some information, so I gotta talk to him. These people are all... They're definitely not expecting me to talk to everyone, so they're all saying that same thing of like trying to remind me what I already know, that I'm about to get off in a spaceship. And they're all making sure to say that because they know I don't know it, but they gotta pretend like I do as often anymore. So this race here has a long history of trying to fly into space and the ship's exploding, and they're just kind of really chill about that. And so am I, and I'm talking about odds of survival. I don't really care about saying either of these things because they're kind of weird. Like, this one's a bit more positive, but it's like joking about how I'm definitely gonna die. And it seems like a lot of people have in the past, and that's not a new thing. But they cook marshmallows right outside the launch, and they're not like more professional about it given the stakes and like the dwindling population and the sun and everything. Fewer flash fires. It seems like you'd only cause one, and then you'd pretty much be dead in a spaceship. The space program's come a long way. And the thing that he points out about that is the number of flash fires. That would be impressive though, to put out like how many flash fires, more than one, and you're putting them out. You're causing flash fires in a spaceship and putting them out, and he's looking down on them for that. But I have never been solo. So why would it be my fault? If I'm the trainee and I'm not solo in a ship and there's a fire, why would he be blaming the space, like the trainee space guy for that? I haven't had a chance to start a flash fire. They keep saying that retro. I wonder if there's different types of rockets. Can I eventually get better rockets? There's a few too many people to talk to, and I feel like a lot of them... What's nice is I would have expected to run into a physics boundary here, but it's like I don't. And that's unexpected and kind of interesting. Here I didn't run into one there either. That's pretty cool though. Like maybe I could even jump on this. I feel like it would almost let me... When I jump and I hit the edge, my guy almost falls sideways. And that's a weird it's a weird little thing of the physics system. Makes me wonder, like, could I actually fall over from jumping? Can I jump inside? But yeah, all the way back here. And it gets dark, so it's sort of like, clearly I'm not supposed to want to go this way. But it's a bit surprising how deep you're allowed to go in there. Like this whole area over here. And like what is, maybe there's like a secret here or something. But it's interesting that I'm so deep in here now. Now I'm hitting, I keep thinking I'm hitting some kind of physical boundary, but then I don't. Now I'm sliding back, so maybe I kind of like, I get up here and I can't really jump any further. But then maybe I can. Oh, no, I think this is sort of like a soft boundary. That's pretty neat though, that they don't just give you like an invisible wall. They kind of give you a cliff that is a bit too dark, a bit too hard to climb. But then I keep almost thinking I could climb it. But no, I think they've just sort of made they've done a good job though, that feels like a more immersive world where I can break out of the main set piece and get into a little dark corner there where there's enough space where it feels like this is a real place where there's extra space behind the main area and I can go there because it's a real world. I don't want to talk to, I just do not want to talk to characters. If they don't have like a glow around them, then I just know the information is probably elsewhere. And so far, many characters have recounted to me the same stuff. If there was voice acting, maybe I would talk to them, but it always feels a little bit tedious to just talk to characters. What I like doing is like this, jumping, and this is very exciting to me. Getting up here and now making it here. This, I think I obviously just could have taken that path, but that was fun. Skipping that's like some speedrun stuff, and that's pretty fun. And I feel now I'm like, it's gonna let me go on the top of the house, and there's like a little pathway here. This is interesting. Whoa. Oh yeah, the death thing. Can I climb this? This is a neat little environment. There's lots of different like pathways here. This almost seems like I'm supposed to go up here. Oh, maybe that's, I forget exactly where the DLC starts, but maybe it's something. Someone said something about like a water wheel, so maybe that's actually where you start the DLC. Someone said that it sort of makes it seem like the DLC's been there all along, but you just didn't notice it. And I think maybe this is sort of a pathway built out for that many people would not go on, but then they hint about it in the DLC, and then you realize you basically could have gone most of the way the whole time. Oh yeah, I'm going to the observatory, so that's up there. They make spaceships, and they don't just have like a quick way. They have an elevator for the spaceship too. They don't have an elevator. I like this though. Very peaceful, interesting water. There's something, it's so smooth, and then it splashes. I would die if I go in there. I would normally jump in there, but I know I'm gonna die and it's gonna waste time. So it's sort of annoying actually that, I would explore there at risk of wasting time by sort of resetting the game. I'm gonna see if there's a reset. I don't think so. And I know it's gonna let me just like jump off this as well. And it like puts these things here, like it wants me to walk on them. That was crazy. Is he gonna explain what is going on there? The patch of ghost matter inside the fence. Ghost matter evaporates. I don't know. I didn't read those. Will I die if I touch ghost matter? I feel like that was injuring me, but not dying. Maybe I'm dying now. Yeah. That person might have warned me about that. I'll know next time. I'll read their stuff next time and see if they actually told me don't do that. Probably if they were going to say that though, if they were going to say don't do that, they should have said that first instead of like getting me excited about the ghost matter. Cause I don't know. I can't throw a rock at it. I would have thrown a rock at it, but I don't think I can pick up those rocks. I could fly the rocket into it. Is there a run button? I thought that was going to set me back. Yeah, now it's like a speedrunning thing where I have to run up this place all the time. So I'm trying to jump the corners and then I fall and it takes extra time. I'm not going to read that, but they could just put like a red triangle. Danger. They don't have to have like, this is like a very, like not many people would read this. And that's not a very intense fence. Oh, I can take a snapshot of ghost matter. Oh, does that show me, why is it like a movie? So there's no ghost matter anywhere else, only there. So ghost matter shows up in photos, but you have, that's what a camera looks like in this universe. You have to have this huge turret thing. Maybe that's just for ghost matter cameras. Could I run fast enough to make it outside the ghost matter stuff? I guess I can do this. So I don't know what the point of that ghost matter is. Yeah, it's just like a tutorial thing. Probably later I'll take photos and have to avoid it or something. Is this another place I could fall into this also? No, that one's shallow. Oh yeah, this one's exploding. So see, if I get hit by the water, I would get thrown and then I would die. It's very easy to die. I guess there's no point. There's no way I would survive that fall. It's interesting though. Like at some point I'll get some kind of ability. Like it's cool that I can just go down there and I guess die. But at some point I'll get some ability that will let me go down there and like explore the core of the planet that I'm on. That's pretty cool. That's the first time I'm seeing my ship and it looks a lot like the toy ship. I keep forgetting that that's gonna happen. I would accept, like it's almost like that's warning me that there is fall damage because there's no health bar. So it's just reminding me that if I had fallen more, I would have died. But I know that now. I know there's fall damage. So it could just not give me any feedback or unless I die. It's weird that it's like, there's like sort of a, but I guess that system extends to everything. If you take some, like a little bit of damage, it's telling you that so that you can get out of there. These are cool side pathways. I really like, yeah, now this is interesting now. Like I feel like, okay. He made it though. That's worse when I make it because now I'm just like somewhere else. I would have kind of preferred to just restart, maybe not. But now I kind of lose track of how did I get where I am. Is that need launch codes? This is kind of like a shortcut maybe, but now that it's down, is there one little red thing? No, that's a firefly. I'm kind of tired and I haven't been to the astronomy observatory. But I'm getting close to like the end of when I would sort of end this session. And all I've learned how to do is fly like a toy spaceship. And it was pretty straightforward, but it was like touchy. I wonder if I can fish, but I don't want to talk to that guy. I want to keep things rolling and I want to check out some cool places, that's why I'm getting sidetracked. I'm running on these little side things that I know it's going to let me go on. And I wonder where they go. I wonder if it makes me feel like I would get some special ability that would jump me ahead or something. Yeah, let's take a look at where that cliff might go. Oh, just maybe over to that elevator. So that was like, that thing does go up more to the astronomy observatory. How did I get here then? I just have to go in the other direction, talk to Moraine. I'm not very interested in talking to characters though. And I don't know how important. They're going to tell me something like, I guess at this point I don't know much about, like I shouldn't know much about the game. I know that there's planets and I can navigate to them and they're going to tell me something like they all have these repeating patterns that they follow as like a hint that I can use that to help me navigate to them. And I don't know, they're going to do it in like a way where they greet me as like an astroneer, like those other people do, and talk about how I'm going to die. This is good weather for your launch because if I hadn't talked to anyone else, I wouldn't know that I was launching. That's lucky. Now I'm asking him, what are you up to? Any good sounds? So that's what my little gun thing does too. It picks up sounds. That's a neat mechanic that it would play sounds. What are you up to? Signal scope. And why are you doing that? Set to Outer Wilds Ventures frequency. So it's like a radio. So that's they have like satellite radios, telescopes. And when they want to listen to music, they have to point the telescope. And how many planets? Why does he keep switching? Hasn't he done them all? Wouldn't he find like the one he likes and just have some schedule of, oh, the Traveler isn't a planet, I'm pretty sure. And maybe he's searching for the Traveler because it's one planet that doesn't follow the orbits and he doesn't know where it is. He heard banjo. Interesting. Is it like a special banjo, or he can pick up so he picks up just the banjo. Is there some, yeah, I guess you can set it to a special frequency and it would ignore other frequencies and then you'd hear just the banjo. He can hear the planets. It depends on the time of day. Yeah, so that's neat. I can use my signal scope. I can equip it. Can I point at what he's pointing at? No. That would be cool if he could just tell me where to point stuff. Zoom in with R1. That's neat, but I don't know. I was looking at that. Yeah, it's 1:7 zoom on the left side. Oh, I have a flashlight. That would have been good to know when I was in that dark area. Oh, did it just tell me? Yeah, I think I'm just looking like through Outer Wilds Ventures. Oh, wait, what did this one say? Unknown. Everything's unknown. I guess I have to fly to them to know them. Oh. That's an invisible. That's a ghost matter platform. I can roast marshmallows, but I can't throw rocks at ghost matter. You can use the scout launcher. What are scouts? Launch. What do they launch? Whoa. Take a snapshot. Is that it? There's just one of them? Oh, I'm taking snapshots with the drone. That's kind of cool. Hold R1 to retrieve the scout. That's neat. That's cool. There's not much outside this village. Yeah, the camera shutter button. Too bad I can't just like have it spam and just watch a video of where it goes, since there's like no limit to it sending back frames. You have to press the button a bunch of times. That seems kind of like a demo thing too. There's not, if I saw something interesting, there's no way I could actually get to it. They have like teleportation technology though to bring back the scout, and no one talks about that. I don't know if I could survive a fall from here. But that's one thing, is if there's like a shortcut, I'm just gonna like risk it. Whenever I see another person, I just kind of dread having to talk to them. I think I sort of wish there was a mode where like the characters didn't like have personalities or try to give me information while pretending that I already know the information. Is this? Oh yeah, good thing I know my flashlight. It would have been weird trying to navigate down here. 0G cave, that's cool. But I don't need to suit up to be in 0G. Oh, now I have a jetpack. Whoa, that's pretty neat. This whole culture is like based on being in zero gravity, being in space, but they seem kind of so bad at it. Like they're not very good at training. And oh yeah, so I don't know, there was no guy. Maybe the guy at the beginning of the cave was like the guy that sort of would, now my light isn't very strong. I feel like I'm gonna be stuck here for a while. I guess I'll yeah, I think it's just like sort of a typical, oh, this is the same as the ship, so there's like a flat plane movement and up and down. I don't really know how to oh, I see, I can just like the look controls roll me. I wonder if that, no, that wasn't the same with the probe ship. Oh, here's something to repair. Can I just grab it and hold on? Does he have arms? Do I have arms? Can I see them? Yeah, I can't. Oh, I can't look down at my body in 0G. I guess the jetpack is attached to the spacesuit, or like he puts on the spacesuit because he's practicing. Press L to lock on, and then match velocity. Pretty advanced if the jetpack can just automatically match velocity. So how do I hold X? This is such a crazy cave to have just there. Anyone can go in and practice being in 0G and fix this thing at any time. It's just weird how relaxed all the people are on the planet, and then they just have this L to lock on. Oh yeah. I don't know what that match velocity thing means, because I hold X and that sort of takes my hand off some of the controls. Good that the repair doesn't reset. I can just kind of saves my progress whenever I get pushed away. I can come back in floating lantern. That seems kind of dangerous actually. There's like wood and stuff in here. I feel like this would catch on fire. That guy did say that the predecessors start fires, but like this is sparking and everything. This is not a very safe training environment. No one's like supervising me. I feel like there should be a guy on the radio encouraging me. And then you just complete the training simulation and no one is there to witness that you did. I could just tell people I did. Oh, I assume I could also die. Could I die in the training simulation? This thing still works. Oh, now there is gravity again. He doesn't have any suit. I don't want to talk to him. A flask. I guess they could have water in them. Oh, what I leave? Oh yeah, this is where I leave. But when do I take off the suit? Oh, there we go. Oh, the cave is like in the center of the planet, and that's why there's 0G. I bet. Hey, just automatically talk to that guy. I could probably just complete the game in my spacesuit if I was let out of the cave with it. I wouldn't need like a whole ship. I don't think I learned anything so far. Like, it's sort of like the game didn't tell me the walk controls. I just knew them because it's a first person game. And then it's like, imagine it's a first person walking game, but you're in 0G. That's pretty much like all you need to know to be an astronaut. And they made like a big deal about it being my first solo mission, but I feel like their whole thing is pretty obvious. They could just it could just be like that guy with the marshmallow and be like, see this marshmallow, when I throw it in the air, it's like kind of like a spaceship, and then you could just go get in the spaceship. I keep walking into places and then I see a guy and I'm like, this was a mistake. It makes me want to just do some kind of feat of jumping. This is the observatory. I jumped and went over the railing. This thing changes gravity. That's a funny thing to have in a museum. Like, everything's just like, watch out. Now I can't go back to regular gravity. Yeah, maybe like a glass case. There's a glass case, and then there's just a museum exhibit that lets you walk on the wall next to the glass case. And like, I came from the 0G training cave, and that I had a whole spacesuit and everything. And this thing is like, there's no explanation. It's just like, touch this and you're on the wall. And that's it. Yeah, so whenever you're near this, it sort of resets gravity, but it's just wood. Yeah, what does it say? Okay. Oh, so they go into space and they take stuff. And okay, it's from like an ancient culture. These are all the planets. Maybe actually that's the sun exploding. I guess not. The crystal was cool, but these other exhibits, what does it tell me about this? Can I start like a thing? It's weird, some have glass and others don't. I assume there's gonna be a guy to talk to at the top. That's why I didn't want to go up here. Oh yeah, I need the launch codes. He finished pre-flight and local conditions off the ground. Ever equipped with a tool. They could just use the sound scope to talk to people, maybe, because even if it's just for music, you could still have some kind of way to communicate with if it's a different language though. No, you and Hal should be very proud of your work. Now I tell him the plan. So this is where I figure out what the plan is by choosing what I tell him. I could say I don't know, overwhelmed by the options, but he asked me, what is the plan? So maybe he provided me different options, different plan options, and I know them all. And then he said, he should have said, of the plans we discussed, which plan did you choose? And now he says, overwhelmed by the options. He doesn't blame me. You could go visit Esker on the moon. They're alone on the Adel Rock. Okay, we don't know. Oh yeah, so there's some people that are lonely and I could go visit them. So that's my first job as a scientist, is to visit some people because they're lonely, and that will be nice for them. But also figure out what these ruins are that we don't know what they are. And you're going to take a translator, and well, obviously I'm the first person to have this translator, and he's recommending that I go translate stuff with it. That seems like a no-brainer. I'm ready to get off this rock. I assume this is their home world, and they're like a proud astronaut species, and they refer to their home as a rock, and that we're ready to get off. I'm ready to die in space. But we are in space, and I did die. So I've already died, so that's been done. So let's get out of here. But I don't think I actually would. I would actually like to just go where that probe went. I would like to get out of this little canyon crater and just walk around this current planet. That's what I would want to do. I want to explore the current planet, but not with the probe, but I want to walk around the current planet first. And my ship might allow me to do that. So now I'm excited to use the ship to just fly around my own planet that I'm on. So that guy makes modifications randomly, and it's best to get out of there before he makes too many modifications. That's good to know. And let's hope he doesn't have the launch codes. Yeah, you need to give me the launch codes, actually. He didn't tell me he gave me them, but I have them now. And he's got a more powerful telescope that I can't use. Maybe I can use it. Does it also play music? And there's the model. Is this real-time model of the solar system? There we go. That's cool. Am I just really good at visualization? So when my character sees those little things on the wood, he sees this, and he just understands it that well. I wonder if he told anyone he could do that. Now he knows the names of all the things. It said it was unknown before. The Hourglass Twins. I'm here. I'm like controlling my mind palace with the same controls as the jetpack. Whoa, what's that dotted line on the outside? Can't look up any further. Can I go really close to them? I feel like I'm already exploring the other planets. And he told me to go to Eskar. I don't see any planet called Eskar. In Brittle. He may have said, I don't think he said it was in here. Oh, they have moons. Maybe Eskar is a moon. Yeah, maybe it's this. Oh, that's where that ship exploded. Could I ask him about that? Why did I just witness like a ship explode? Is he tracking that? Was that one of our guys? Whoa, there's an even thing right here. Maybe that's like a monitoring station. So the sun, maybe the sun has not exploded yet. Maybe it explodes. Oh yeah, maybe, okay, maybe it's not like a slowly exploding sun. It's just in 22 minutes, it blows up all at once and no one sees it coming. And then I just wake up and have a sense of urgency for some reason. And I don't bother telling anyone that it's because the sun's exploding. But it should really be a team effort if something like that's happening. I should be able to tell the other astronauts on the planet what I know and have them all go and do little tasks, whatever needs to be done. It shouldn't be all me. Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, maybe I'm just, oh, he said go to the moon. So I'm going to the moon of our planet. Okay, as fast as I can, I'm gonna go to the moon. There's just so many things, like I would not, in a real museum, no way. And now it's starting to like do stuff like this where I don't have a choice. Okay, here we go. This is where I learned something. Is this everything I did? Maybe. That's interesting if that was if they were like taking screenshots of my playthrough so far and he just showed it all to me. Okay. What is this guy? Carved and the detailed look yet. Did it turn? Is this base part of it? What happened to them? Does the statue come with the stump? Because like it's gonna look like I messed with it whenever security shows up. Well, I kind of did actually mess with it, but I didn't turn it. Now it's weird though, when people arrive, it's like why didn't they face the statue the other way? I wish I could jump down here. Do I keep the launch codes? Oh, I made it. Yeah, I was wondering if I keep the launch codes if I die. That would be huge. If I don't keep the launch codes and I die and I have to go talk to that guy again. Oh, I thought that was gonna be like a puzzle. It, like the way the launch code was, like it showed me what the launch codes was, like I needed to know that. Do I have to enter them again in the ship? That's a neat way to enter the ship. Oh, it's got a little crystal. So they have, oh, that's cool because then whenever my ship is in space, it'll have gravity. That kind of hints that the Naomi had knew a thing or two about space. This is such a ghetto spaceship, and then there's like a enchanted crystal that's there, and you'd kind of expect the rest to be like there's a lot we haven't figured out. We have wood, and then this magic gravity crystal, and like the original diving suit. That's, I can choose when I want to suit up. Whenever it starts showing me like UI and stuff, I just feel like maybe I don't want to. Oh, look at all the pieces of my suit. Let's hope this thing is airtight. Lift off. So the controls are the same. Oh, cool, a little thing shows me. So now let's see if I can. It's already started. Oh, so yeah, wherever I look, that's where it goes. Yeah, I wanted to explore my own planet. We really haven't done much other than build spaceships. Okay, we got this. Was that us? Did we build this? That's like the club. That's where we go to play electronic music. Everybody stands in the center. Or no, the DJ in the center. Oh, I can lock on. And oh, that was lucky. Can I just drive around now on the surface? Oh yeah, I can lock on to different planets and stuff to help. I was expecting more like I had to plan my trajectory in advance. Let's see where the river goes. And like I had to be more smart about getting to places. I didn't think my ship was just gonna be like a car where I drive places. I don't think I can die while I'm in my ship. I don't think the ship can fit underground either, but I could go underground. Yeah, you can't. The ship is pretty indestructible. Whoa. This is the thing that crashed into our planet. That looks like a piece from another planet. Oh, can I talk to that guy? Okay, let's see if I can go. What is that? To like the bottom. I'm gonna suit up and talk to that guy. So I can. I'm not actually that interesting of what he's saying. I'm gonna go into space. Oh, you can only do it when it's zero G. Wait, oh, I run out of fuel. That does count as my first voyage though. Now I'm an astronaut. And my goal is to go to the moon. Would it be faster if I don't look at it but use the bottom booster, but then I can't really see where it is? Did it unlock? Now I don't know where my original planet was. Wait, okay, there we go. Whoa. Oh, I'm dead. Well, I'm gonna check if I get to keep the launch codes. Oh, something new is happening. Oh, because that thing saw me. That's nice. That thing is like saving me. That's like the, good game design head. So what is that? Preserving my knowledge. Yeah. Oh, that's cool that he points that out. So that head made me remember the whole little tutorial area. But still, every time I try to just do my job, this guy is surprised. Maybe he know. Oh yeah, so then he doesn't know about the head. I should probably tell him about that, but there's no option to do that. So that's just another. That's the thing about half pretending I'm a character and having no agency, and that means, of course, I haven't like had any conversations. Like this guy also does not know that I got the launch codes, and presumably he doesn't give them out to anyone. So he now thinks that maybe the mechanic guy just gave them to me, and some people are going to be angry with it. Each other people, they can sort it out with those telescopes they got. It's kind of weird though, like I'm not figuring anything out. It's just like touchy controls. So there's no, like, I'm not becoming an astronaut here. I'm just like dealing with the controls, and I'm not, like I'll just get the hang of it eventually, but I don't really see how it's important that I fly this ship. Like once I fly somewhere, could I not save that and then just have the ship auto fly? It's sort of like it's like one of those games where it's like a point and click adventure thing, but in 3 dimensions with weird controls. And so every time you want to go solve a puzzle, you have to deal with like flying this ship around that like is pretty lenient, but not super lenient. So sometimes you'll just randomly die and that'll slow you down. Like it's tough to feel like there's like a landing. Oh, there's another campfire guy. Well, eventually I'll probably come back and play this game, but it hasn't really, like I know maybe there's puzzles. I don't know when I get like the first reward for solving a puzzle, but at the moment, I'm on the moon. Let's do what that guy said and go to the ruins. It's not letting me take off. So I launched the scout and then it just let me take off. This was the moon. He said that on the moon there was people, they're lonely. That guy might have been lonely. And then there's ruins. I think that's the ruins. I'm gonna go to the ruins, and I'm assuming, there's like a top thruster. It feels like I'm pressing the same button twice sometimes to get out of that chair, but then I do. Oh yeah, the spacesuit. I don't know. Oh, and then it reminds me that I know everything. No, I think at the moment, I don't foresee myself really coming back to this. It hasn't really, it's sort of just like, it's a cool universe. It's a neat, unique mechanic, but I don't know why I would bother. Like, is it interesting to go to the other planets a little bit? The ship doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like I'll master flying this ship in a way that really. So you hold R2 to lift off. Oh yeah, so you just hold the launch to lift off the first time. Yeah, I guess I just feel like the way the ship flies is kind of loose, and I don't think I'll master flying the ship enough to really feel like I've earned something. And so it just feels like I'll just be like kind of loosely flying this ship around, messing with stuff, and then eventually it'll kind of indicate to me that stuff has been solved, and then like the big problem will be solved, whatever that is. And I'm not really invested in that stuff, and I don't like the way those characters were talking to me in the campsite. It's like they're indicating, like they're trying to, like that I don't know, like it just, the guy was so chill about dying that I just can't, I'm not like that. It's like, okay, so they die here and there's no consequence to dying, and then I'm left wondering like I assume I need a space suit here as well. Just sort of like what's at stake? Like my guy can't die. He's in a time loop. I don't know if like that's what I should be concerned about. Oh, that was probably important. Does that mean I have to die? Oh, he comes back. Oh, this is my translator. Mining site. Is that now important? Like, is that the first ever time that my people have known this is a mining site? I don't know why that's following me. Is it because I have a translator that happened? Because now I'm not sure, like, do my people know about this? Should I just go back and report in case I die that I just found like the most important discovery in all of humanity? Or is that like what happens to everyone when they enter that door? Or only to me because I talked to the head? This looks like the gravity thing. I felt like I wasn't. Oh, this is like pushing me away. It's a bit confusing. I think I'm like underwater. And this I thought would sort of suck me into it. But there's also geysers underwater. Yeah, it's kind of disorienting where I am. And then it just says, oh, because I get out of the water. That's why my oxygen tank. Okay, I get out of the water. I hold that to fire the booster. I'm not engaged right now because it's just like, so I finished landing my ship in a silly way and I didn't do a great job, but it worked. So I guess I've mastered being an astronaut. And then I have the jetpack and now I'm like underwater and is he swimming? and then I can only use the jetpack outside the water, and it's dark, and I can kind of see, I guess, this thing is being used to mine. Is this how I get in here? That's weird. That didn't feel like very official way to get in. Like, I would have been stuck there forever if I didn't just mess around and find that, but I don't feel smart for finding that. Let's translate this. Too close to target text. Oh, that's my translator telling me I'm too close. Untranslated writing. Is it gonna translate it? Or the Ash Twin project required. So these people don't exist anymore. I think in the DLC, I think they do, but they don't know how much ash they made. That's like a pretty official looking note. And what does this say? Isn't this the ore for the remaining towers being built on Ash Twin? They're large. So every time you read stuff, I just normally, I would read this because I'm making a video and I should read this, and I'm not gonna read it even. I just can't read stuff like that. Cause I just kind of wish there was like a summarize where it would just tell me this is the takeaway from this. They're building towers somewhere else and you need to go visit those towers, and the name of the planet's listed there, and that's where you obviously have to go. But it's not, I don't feel like I'm doing archaeology, and this, I don't know, this is a whole system where like, do I have to bring these stones back with me? Yeah, I'll just put it there. This is a puzzle. The stone has to be placed in the stone holder, and that is me solving that. And now there's a thing happening, and there's my goat guy again, but now he's gone, so remove it and put it back. So he is got his eyes glowing, and there's another guy and another guy, but these guys' eyes are not glowing, so I'm gonna walk towards the non-glowing, and there's another thing that wants a stone and an arrow. Do I look for another stone then? Actually, I guess I can take the stone and put it on the other thing. Okay, here we go. And that didn't do anything, so now here we go. It's got writing. Ash Twin. That's exciting news. Oh, and it could lead to a disaster, but I'm not gonna read the other stuff. Something about a final safety check. So that gave me some more information. I think these people were mining ore, and they're building towers, and it's dangerous. And I don't know how far they got with that project, but I think it caused some issue. They got wiped out, and maybe I can like finish their project, and that saves the sun. But I don't have to do that, I guess. And whenever I die, it's confusing. I don't really die. So that was weird that it shows me the credits when I die before seeing the head. And now that I've seen the head, I don't see credits anymore. And I guess it's like the game, like you finished the tutorial, so the game has started, and now you don't have to do a new expedition. It just brings you right back. But that's a bit confusing, the credits thing. Yeah, so this is not a 0G environment because of the water is falling. Is that a puzzle? Do I have to go there? No, it's just to get downstairs without dying. Well, I'm sort of looking for a place to leave it. I forget how I got into this building, and I forget how my jetpack works. I knew how it worked in 0G, but now that it's not 0G, I feel like it's not really that useful. Yeah, I need a bit more hand-holding with a game, I think, for games that I like, and this kind of did that. It was good at like, you have to get the launch codes, so you get them, and then he tells you go to the moon, and I luckily found pretty quickly the way in to get into here, and I can kind of see that this place is leading me to another place, but that's not grabbing me. I just feel not interested in flying a hard to use ship. Like, I can't even find my way out of this place right now. So that would be like the first problem is I don't know how to get out of this room, and it's not exciting to me to try to figure out how to do that. And my jetpack is kind of not very good. The fuel doesn't have that much fuel, and that feels like it's really like delaying me. Like, can I just die and that would be faster? So I'm thinking that if I'm sort of debating, like, what if I just jumped off a cliff every time I wanted to get back to the main place so that I could more easily reset the ship and fly to the new location? That's not very fun. It just feels like kind of working against the game. Like, you gotta fight the controls of the game, you gotta fight the lighting in the environments, and all of that to accomplish something that's kind of, you know, you can read all these texts and talk to the characters if you want to really wonder about what that is, but it's not pulling me in there. It feels like really hard work to get myself motivated. I could see myself coming back to this like a, you know, in a while, but I wouldn't, it's not like pulling me into the game. And so this was gonna be like a tutorial and discussion video, and that's basically what it was. This might be useful. You know, I'm sort of just training myself to play games and talk, and I'm not doing a very good job of it. But if, you know, this format of video could be useful to a person like me, if I found a video like this, that would at least show me what I want to see about Outer Wilds and I wouldn't really need to see much more than this. I would be entertained by this. I would think it's a cool game and a cool concept. That's the main takeaway for me, is I like the concept, and maybe, you know, some modifications could be made to make it more a game of my style. See there, I found the exit. Yeah, and if like I enjoyed The Witness, and this is kind of giving me like the vibes of like walking around these semi low poly environments, like this sort of shading and stuff. You know, if there was just like straightforward puzzles or whatever, it's more something to engage in and walk in. But the movement is kind of frustrating and cumbersome, and it's supposed to be, I guess. But I guess I don't really see, like, it's like a game where I'm just gonna fly into the sun. It's a game where I'm supposed to be focused on reading alien languages and considering that, but then also like jerking around with a spaceship that is kind of hard to control. It's a weird thing, a weird pairing of things for me. Oh, I'm gonna see what that thing is. Hopefully I don't actually do that. Okay, I did. Yeah, so that is that.